Hello everyone, this is Gulresh from Be a Sales Specialist. In this sales series, we will discuss about the closing. What is closing? Why it's so important? And what happens when salespeople cannot close their deals? What are the common errors salespeople make while closing their prospect? And how to close the deal? How to take your buyers from prospecting till the closing step. So we will discuss all these things in details in this sales series, but step by step. So let's start it with the closing. What is closing? Closing is something like where your buyer, your customer takes some actions. There are many salespeople who are very good in the sales process in explaining their products, but they fail miserably when the time comes to close. There are many people who has great ideas in their mind. They're thinking of so many things. They have some ideas, but they fail when time comes to close the other people to get their finance on their ideas and to convince the other people. They fail miserably at that point. Closing is very critical. As I said, it's a point where buyers, their customers talking, proposals, negotiations comes to an action. This is the point where sales people stop and then customers take the action. This is the point where two persons, the buyers and the sellers, they exchange their values. They will give the money and you will offer them your services or your product, and these steps we call closing. And if there is no closing, if for some reasons you cannot close the deal, it means you have wasted a lot of money, you have wasted a lot of time, your time and the buyer's time. Closing is very critical and it's very important. Most of the salespeople, they misunderstand this idea, they misunderstand the closing. If there is no closing, there is no value in the deal, and if there is no value in the deal, so it means it's a completely wastage of the time. Sometimes the salespeople, they stop the closing because they do not ask their customer to do something, to take some actions. They do not persist it, and closing creates the whole economy. By closing the deal, you sell your product or services and you earn the money. Your company use that money to create their own economy, to pay to you, to pay the rents, and to invest the money in the product or the services again. And if there is no closing, then it means you're not earning anything. You cannot be of service until you close the deal. You have two options. Either you're gonna create your whole own economy by selling your product, or you're gonna live in the economy created by the others, the other people, other companies, the other sources who creates their own economy. So this is your choice. But the best thing to live with, the best place to live with in the economy that is created by you. If you are able to close the deal, then all you need to do is just repeat this process and sell this product so many times so you can build your own economy. So you cannot be affected by the economy created by the other company, by the environment, or by someone else. When some person is actually closed, it's mean he gonna take the ownership of your product. He gonna own your product, and it's mean he gonna like something which he didn't have it before. And if he like your product more than the value he has paid, more than the money he has paid, if he gonna value your product more, then it means as well that he gonna buy your product, he gonna be your customer, he gonna buy your services again and again and again. For most of the sales people, the most feared part is during the negotiation is when they gonna ask their customer to close that deal, when they're gonna ask their customer to take some kind of actions. There are some salespeople who freeze to death like they're so feared while asking their customer for taking some kind of actions, and sometimes they use some negative responses in when they're so feared up. And the reason why they use the negative responses because lack of the knowledge about the product, or because they're not fully close to their product as well. Maybe they have the lack of the knowledge about the market, or lack of the knowledge about the customer things. So that's why they use the negative responses, and because of their negative responses they are not able ever to close any kind of the deal. Closing is basically come to an end and complete the whole sales process. The skills called closing represent the 20% of the whole process but 100% of the income. During the sales process, we present the product's obvious and non-obvious features to our customer. We ensure it like that our customer likes our product. We ensure it like our product can help the customer in getting over the problem which he has right now. We ensure it like that our customer has a belief on ourselves and on the product as well. And when it comes to the closing time, we ensure it again that the customer likes our product. He can actually afford our product. He should be financially so okay so he can buy our services. We try to ensure it like we are talking to a decision maker. The person is the person to whom we are talking is a decision maker. It's not like that he gonna ask to his manager and then manager will come and he gonna take the decision. We make it sure like during the before the closing that we are talking to a decision maker, and this product the customer has a complete trust on us, on our company and on our solution, and then we move forward towards closing the deal and then write the agreement. There is no closing without any trust, any credibility. The buyer, the customer will not buy from you if they are not ready to trust on you, on your product or on your company. He will not buy it from you if he don't like you, or maybe he likes you, or he don't like your company. Maybe he like you and your company, but he don't like your policies or something else. So he gonna not make any deal. So before closing, so we need to ensure it like we are on the same page. So we both have some kind of the relationship with each other, so we can trust on each other. We have discussed it before. A simple contact can be converted into contract by a word, adding a word R, and that R is relationship. By building the relationship, we can simply convert the contact into contract. So we need to build up a relationship with our customer before closing the deal. So it's gonna help us in the further steps. And if there is no closing, it's when there is no money, and the whole process means nothing to you or to your company. It's a completely wastage of the time. So I hope like until now we are able to understand it, like what is closing and why it's so important. And in further steps, in further discussion, we will discuss a little bit in details what are the errors we usually make while closing our customer, and how we can improve our closings, I mean skills, how we can work on this skill. So see you in the next sale videos. Thank you very much. Take care of yourself. Bye.